to the brand new Mercedes C63s AMG, the new model, the facelifted model, and boy, it is better than the old one by miles. It may not look drastically different on the outside, but the way it drives is just another level. They've sorted out the biggest flaw of the old one, which was the hopeless gearbox. It was always okay, but to drive slowly, it either sounded like you were riding the clutch when you were pulling away, sounding like an old lady in a Peugeot, or you would put your foot down a bit too hard and you just break traction and end up in a bush. With this one, they've put the new gearbox in, which I think is out of the E63s, and it drives so much better. You can be way more precise, and you can be gentle without riding the clutch or riding the clutch sound. What else is better about this? The interior, the new steering wheel is so much nicer than the last one. You can now change your driving modes on the switch like in a Ferrari. You've got different settings for the suspension and all sorts of various things on here as well. Plus, it looks way nicer. It's actually the wheel out of the G63, the G-Wagon, the new one, which is very nice indeed. The new dials, digital dials now, as is the way that everything's going. Digital dials, analog ones have been thrown out of the window, and it just looks nicer essentially. You get more display on there, you get a bigger screen area, and it just feels a lot more modern. But it's essentially just some dials like you would get in the old car. The new infotainment system is much bigger screen again. It isn't the full twin screen wide massive thing that you get in the new A45 or new A-Class, new E-Class, new S-Class. They've kept it as a twin screen setup, but I think it works. You don't have to have that massive wide two iPads stuck together kind of look. I think this works pretty well. So what else is new is improved fuel economy. On this test now, we've been shooting for about an hour now, and it's getting 20 miles per gallon. That's good. I would consider that good. And it keeps the same power and torque figures as the previous generation, pretty much, within a few horsepower of it. So that's not really anything to write home about. 0 to 60 is 3.5-ish seconds, 3.7 seconds. But I really feel like you can get the power down a lot better in this new car, down to that new gearbox again. It just is so much more planted. You put your foot down and it grips and goes, whereas the other one, you just end up just doing a burnout, which is fun for. It's fun if you're at a car meet with a bunch of 17-year-olds with backwards baseball caps on. It's not so fun if you're just trying to go to work. So yeah, there's that. The seats are the same as the old one. Amazing seats. The AMG sport seats are so nice, so comfortable, and look amazing as well. Burmeister stereo. This one as well is a little bit different to the rest because it's been wrapped in Nardo grey, it really suits the car. There's quite a lot of manufacturers trying to copy the Nardo grey paint that Audi did, or still do, but for some reason Mercedes isn't one of them. I'm sure you can do like a paint to sample or paint to spec or whatever, but in their general lineup they don't offer it, so wrapping it in Nardo is a good way to make it stand out. There goes another one, but an old shape. That's got an old grille on it as well. That old grille just looks dated. The new slatted grille at the front looks really cool, and is a signature now of all new Mercedes coming out. Another thing to point out actually is that all 19 plate cars or 2019 cars seem to be getting quieter and quieter and quieter. I'm looking at you, Audi, with your Audi Sport nonsense, making it all quiet and toned down, and you've killed the R8 for me. But somehow Mercedes have still got the raucous V8 sound out of the back of this, and it still sounds amazing. So this might be the last V8 sounding car, but unfortunately this is going to be the last V8 that they put in a C-Class. This will be the last V8 C63, which is sad, but it's just the way things are going. It's moving with the times. The next one will be either a 6-cylinder or possibly even a 4-cylinder with electric power as well, before we make the full jump to fully electric rubbish. So yeah, it's a bit of an end of an era really for a car that has always been synonymous with big power, big noise, totally unnecessary things like putting a huge engine in a small car. Those days are gone. So this is the last hurrah really. So if you want something like this, now is the time to get it, before they sting you heavily on tax and insurance and everything else to get these gas guzzlers off the road. This is your last chance. So if you want to buy this very car, get in touch. The link is in the description. It's done a little over 3,500 miles on a 19 plate. So yeah, get in the description, click the link, go to the advert, and you can be driving away in this very soon. But yeah, that's about it. Until next time, and see what we're driving next. I don't know, could be anything.